This is going to be your guide to getting rare pals in Palworld. If you enjoyed the video or if it helps out in any way, don't forget to leave a like, share with your friends, and comment your thoughts down below. So we're going to be starting off with the Tower Leader pals, because everyone wants Electric Totoro with a machine gun. How do you get them? Well, you press the 3 key and... oh, that's not good. This place right here, that's a nature preserve. You go there, you break the law, and you get wanted. Same thing for all the other boss pals. It turns out the tower leaders doing illegal stuff to get the strongest pals, and the rest of them are going to be in the top right. A lot of people wanting Lyleen, Orserk, Shadowbeak. We're going to have to check that out. So how are you going to get out there? It's a long ways across water. Well, you need a pal that can surf. Surfant can be ridden to travel on water, and while mounted, prevents stamina depletion while moving over water, and it's really easy to get early on for the technology. Boom, Surfant saddle, level 10. And there you go. Alternatively, if you don't like stamina, you can just like turn it way down in the settings for your world and then use a flying mount to get over there. The problem isn't getting there. The problem is being there and not getting caught by the police. There ain't no way, dude. I've said that Grizzbolt is one of the rarest pals in the game. There ain't no way, dude. I've said Grizzbolt is one of the rarest pals in the game because it took me like 30 minutes to find one, just like constantly running around the island and refreshing spawns. But there's one right there. So the pals here are around level 20, and you're going to need some pretty good spheres to catch them. I don't remember when the Ultra Sphere unlocks, but it's also pretty late. So yeah, Grizzbolt right there. Weird thing about Grizzbolt, one of those pals that's like super duper deep in the technology tree. Level 40. Much like how the rocket launcher for Relaxaurus, the pal that was shown in like one of the original trailers that's also pretty easy to find early on, level 44 to get the missile launcher. But yeah, that's how these islands work. The chests also have some pretty good stuff. We have sapphires, we have high-grade technical manuals, so you also make a decent amount of money for your troubles, and you can find some other pals, Ping King, as well as Azure Robe. And the weird thing is, at night, the police are sleeping, so don't wake them, but in the day, they'll like randomly spawn, just don't get in their line of sight or don't get their attention, and you're okay. If they do aggro you, the wanted system is kind of weird. Sometimes it drops. You can just kind of return to title and come back in. That's going to clear your wanted. You can take a death. You can just kind of do whatever. Just don't get caught. Catch your pals. And then the same thing for out here and the other wildlife sanctuaries, except these are going to be some very high level pals, and something like an Ultra Sphere is going to have a low catch rate. So you're going to need like legendary spheres. That's kind of crazy. You can see all these dudes hanging around. But yeah, that's how you get them. Not free, very late game, gotta earn it. Alright, the next rare pal has been tripping people up, because if you don't see a pal, you can't check it in the Paldeck to find out where it's located, and that's going to be a Kitsun. It got its own Paldeck, it looks really cool, it's a fan favorite for sure, but how do you get it? How did I get it? Let's find out. Now, even if you've seen it, but you haven't caught it, you click on 3, and nothing. Well, that's because you just need to click R, and there it is. Like, Kitsun actually really easy to get, even though people have been struggling with it. So you have to go to this area at night. However, this is going to need level 3 frost protection. So you're going to need something like an Orserk to keep you safe. But yeah, when you're here and all set up, there's just Kitsuns everywhere. It's not even that rare of a pal, it's just hard to find. And then Kitsun is OP, unaffected by cold or heat while riding this pal. Really good. And that brings us to another pal that can be tricky to find. It's Foxicle. Again, it's found out here. It can be found during the night or the daytime. So yeah, if you're missing that one in your deck, there you go. Next, we're going to talk about the best friend in the game, and that is Quivern. My heart melted the first time I saw him. He's so happy. He's so adorable. How do you get one for yourself? Ah, jeez. Fortunately, there's an earlier Quivern to be found, and it's by one of the starting areas, and it's only level 23. I'm gonna do a separate video on those and the overworld bosses, because it just kind of makes sense for content. This is mostly finding the random pals in the Paldeck that you may or may not have seen that are going to be harder to find. I also want to talk about Lovander. It got the funny number in the Paldeck, it got its own Paldeck trailer, it's a complete sexy meme, and you can only find it at night, but it is, you know, not super deep into the game, also found in the desert, and the reason why this is a significant pal is because Heart Drain gives you a lifesteal effect. It's just really good. Level 2 handiwork, transporting, the mining doesn't really matter, but it also drops cake. So if you get into pal breeding, farming Lovander for cake seems like it's going to be pretty significant. And cake sells for 1,000 gold. Lovander is going to open up a lot of interesting farming throughout the game, and it's a good pal to know where to find it. Digtoise. This is a pal that a lot of people are hyped for. The Drill Crusher skill is super powerful. Mining level 3, very strong pal, very good utility pal, and it's also going to be found in the same areas. So you might be thinking like, oh, I want to find the mining turtle, so I'm going to go to the desert during the daytime. It's actually kind of deeper into the desert. You can also find it there at night, and you can find it here at night as well. So not super deep into the game. And even though it can be a tough pal to fight early on, level 20 is manageable and it gives you a really powerful up in utility. Also, learning how to survive and explore through the desert is going to be very useful. So we kind of have like the baby desert in the middle of the game to get you ready for the more in-game desert and stuff like that. Also, there's a lot of coal in this area, which you need for the refined ingots, so just a very crucial part of your journey. There's also some interesting pals like Mao, because, okay, it's an early on pal, it's just a cat, how rare can it be? Why is the habitat unknown? Well, you find these in regular grassland dungeons, so just kind of exploring all the different places in the game is going to help you find different pals. Loot Boon is an incredible pal for the early game because of that handiwork level 2. It's going to get your things crafted and your base built, and you can only find it at night, but it's going to be everywhere in the main area. Catras, found in the centralized areas of the mainland, really good because it increases neutral pal drops. Wixen, look at that, handiwork level 3, kindling level 2, also one of the coolest looking pals. So much like with the desert, we have a baby lava area over here, and you can get some really strong fire pals, so something to keep note of. Go over there, you're going to see them, and then you can find them in the Paldeck. And if you haven't realized by now, you can even click on a grayed out pal, and then check its location, and just like kind of make sure you're looking in the right spot. Verdash, Sanctuary, Valet, Sanctuary. So if you haven't found a pal and you feel like you've explored everything, could be just a rare spawn in the Sanctuary. A lot of the pals don't really seem that rare. You know, if you go to the area, it's just going to pop up naturally, and it might just show in your pal deck as a not caught pal. But then when it comes to some of these, like, they could be super rare, up to 20-30 minutes just to find the one pal you're looking for. And then Lyleen knocked with the Habitat Unknown. That's going to be one of these special overworld encounters, again in a different video. And I think that's going to be most of it. So yeah, a lot of the other pals, you know, they're just common. You're eventually going to find them, explore the map. A lot of it is pretty straightforward. I guess some of them do have small locations like the Serpent, but that's near the starting area of the game. So you might just like see them and take note and be like, okay, I can come back here and find them whenever. Marewraith is kind of the only other like tricky ones where, oh, you can find it all throughout here, but it's going to be at nighttime. And I think that's going to be it. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.